Okay, sorry about it.
You're totally fine. All
Hi,
right, you
Susan.
guys.
Thank you for helping.
Yeah, I know. I'm so excited. It's such an honor to have Susan be on talking and teaching today. We go back a long way, baby. Like, I can't even believe we're old enough to be grandmas and sugar moms and all the stuff that we're doing. And it's exciting. We've got to do life together in a way
We
from
did.
across the country.
We met during New Director Week.
Yes, we did. And it's been
Mhm.
almost 30 years ago, 28 years.
I know.
And
Wow.
you are a delight. So
Isn't that
well,
fun? We met, we weren't even roommates, but we met, hung out, and we've been friends ever since.
yes, we have. And you're a blessing to my life. I love it.
I
Yeah,
love
we
you
always
too,
try to
Jen.
we try to see each other when we go to Patty, I can hear. Do you want to get
Yeah.
off and get back on?
Oh, she got it.
Oh, she did. Okay. Can you hear us now? You can hear us now? Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started. First, I want to say thank you to Miss Jennifer Enlow for always hosting these lunch and learns. She created them. We have directors from all over the country who get on Thursday afternoon and share a piece of their day. And it's better than a piece of cake. I mean, well, you know, I'm really liking sugar right now, but it still is. It's just their
Yeah.
nuggets and their life experiences and their Mary Kay experiences. And it's a joy to, you're fine. It's a joy that we get to share virtually across the country and get to know each other. And so thank you, Jenny, for always doing these for us. It's really just such a blessing. And it's a shot in the arm midweek to get kind of motivated and pumped up. And I was telling Susan today, when the teacher's ready, the student appears. And what I love
Yes.
about Susan, we have been friends for almost 30 years, like she mentioned. And what I love is that we have the same foundational beginnings in our Mary Kay businesses. We have the same beliefs, ethics. We work very similarly as far as, you know, how we were taught. We had the privilege of knowing Mary Kay personally and meeting her and all of those things. But and we have kindred spirits, but what I love is that we have all that foundational things that are similar and the same and lots of the same personality traits, but we're different. Like, she is so structured, so on task, such a cross your T's and dot your I's, and I am the walk and fun bus. So she was saying earlier, when I want to not be so serious, I think about you. And I said, that's funny. When I need to get it together, I think about you and like go kind of be more like Susan.
Right. The party
So-
doesn't start until we arrive, right?
Exactly. But I mean, you've just been a joy and a pleasure to know over the years. And if it had not been for Mary Kay, I would have never had the privilege and honor of knowing you. And so thank you for being here today and you know, sharing your knowledge with us. So Susan joined Mary Kay in 1994. I was 93, so just a little bit before her.
84.
And, 84. Oh, listen, I need some new glasses. I told her earlier I was transitioning into a cougar. Anyway, she joined in 1984. She became a sales director in 1994. You guys, she has been in the Queen's Court of Sales 14 times. That's amazing. So 14 diamond rings or cash or whatever she's taken every year for that. That's phenomenal. So we get to sit at her feet today and learn. She's always in the Princess Court. She's led her unit to the Circle of Achievement. She's been the #1 most improved director in her national area of over 150 sales directors. She's earned 14 career cars. And so she's driven a Mary Kay career car for nearly 30 years. Do you know, we've equated that to over $250,000 in savings. That's pretty phenomenal over the period of time she's driven a Mary Kay career car or taken the cash or whatever she's done. So I've known this woman, like we said, for nearly 30 years, and she's a joy and a delight. I told her one time she was Jesus's favorite, and she believes me. She is. I'm like, when I need extra favors, I'm like, I'm calling Susan. She's his favorite. So anyway, thank you so much for sharing part of your day with us today and just sharing information and your expertise and wisdom with us, Susan.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes,
You're
I have
welcome.
been privileged to be part of this amazing company, honored to know Mary Kay Ash, and blessed to have you as a friend. And I'm a little nervous, but I wanted to share with you today a little bit about money and what it does and how it's crazy. It's a 5-letter word that acts like a 4-letter word because it is such a weird thing. And so many people have so many hangups about it, and so many people have weird histories, and it really impacts us even when we don't realize that it does. Did you know that money is the biggest cause of stress in the world? It is, absolutely. And it's really part of life. And in Mary Kay, it's kind of like the goal is money, isn't it? I mean, really, funding a better future for your family, funding dreams. I mean, that's what money does. It funds our dreams. Of course, your business could be for prizes and fun and just sisterhood, but really, there should be some profit at some point. But I want you to know that right out of the gate, you're already ahead of the game. And I think that money perspectives is really key in our business. And I've seen lots of consultants and directors trip themselves up because of money and money perspectives. So first of all, the minute you decided to be a Mary Kay consultant and use all of our products and get it at cost, you made profit. Because if you spend $1,000 on Mary Kay and it only cost you $500, you kept $500 in your purse, in your checkbook that you would not have had. So you made profit right out of the get-go. Also, it can make a difference. I remember now I'm kind of going, well, let me just continue. I one time I was worried about how much money I was making. And I was really fretting about it. And we had some major issues, like my husband's family, his sister embezzled like hundreds of thousands. So I've had money horrors in my life, but I was feeling bad because I felt like I wasn't making enough money. I wasn't making enough money for my husband, and he was making more, and I didn't like that. And I sat there one day and I calculated how much daycare would have cost, because I had a child in my later years. I was 46 and I had a baby. So how much childcare would have cost us. And I totaled that up for a year. And then how much a car payment would have cost us. And I totaled that up for a year. And when I added that to the profit and the income I had made from being a director and a sales, beauty consultant, I surpassed him. So I never felt bad again. It's all in how you view it. And I think that's the key. I mean, there's so many hangups that we grow up with. We don't even realize. When you're little, did you look at people who are rich and think they were selfish? Did you look at people who are successful? Did you overhear your parents say things that, somehow got into your subconscious about how rich people act or how successful people are? When I first came into Mary Kay, all the top ones were tall, thin, and blonde. And I was none of those things. And so I felt like I couldn't be successful in Mary Kay, not that successful. And so, see, we have hangups we don't realize. Or do you think that people with money, are a certain way? Do you have a concept in your head of what success looks like? And so every time you're on the brink of it, you sabotage yourself. Subconsciously, you stop yourself. I've seen that over and over again. Women who work hard and work hard and work hard, but never seem to get ahead. And I think it really is because there's some kind of deserve level or some kind of money history that affects them. I mean, I know that when I was little, I have people that told me this happened, but when I was little, I was 4. And I was angry with my father because every time I wanted something, my mom always just said, I don't have any money. She thought that would appease me. But what it did instead was, well, wait a minute, why don't you have money? Dad has money. Why don't you have money? And then I was mad at my mom for not having her own money and mad at my dad for not giving her any money. And I grew up with the decision and so steadfast women's live. And I think that a lot of it has to do with that. I'm going to make my own money. The same reason I had to compare with my husband. You see how the money hangups follow you. I mean, some women would have never had to make that list I made. But I did. And that's because I carried that. So I want you to think and analyze, what are you carrying? What money hangups and money histories are haunting you? You know, I had the benefit of having extremely generous parents. They were very generous to me and to my family, but they were also extremely frugal, like way more frugal than I could dream of being. But I think there was conflict there. And I still equate generosity and love with showing it in gifts. I spend too much money. I give too much stuff away because I still see how my parents were so generous with us. And that's a good thing, but it's a bad thing. So part of your assignment, your homework, so to speak, is to really kind of think about it. Maybe talk to your family, what your money hangups are, what's your money history, you know, because really, here's the thing. When you take care of your money, more money comes. And so I want you to find a way to take care of your money. Now, obviously in Mary Kay, there's that whole money issue like taxes and organizing. That's not what we're talking about today. Could be, but we're not. There's also the whole thing about money perspective in Mary Kay. Like if you add one customer every single week, you get 50 new ones by the end of the year, and how to calculate how to do your business. Okay. That's a whole nother topic that could take a long time. But what I really want to focus on now is your thinking about money and how to have a money conversation. So for example, well, let me backtrack. Money manifestations, money plans, and money conversations kind of all go hand in hand. So I want you to think about money. I want you to think about what you need. Okay. What amount of money do you need in your life? Like, obviously, you know, millions of dollars would be heaven, but I want to know, like, what do you need? What do you need to fund some dreams? What are some of those dreams you want to fund? You know, I know that this is my business. And so this is how I put food on the table and pay for the bills. And so I know that Mary Kay money is critical. And for some of you, Mary Kay money might not be as critical. I mean, maybe your husband makes enough money for you to live on and Mary Kay is fluff, or maybe you didn't have embezzlement. And so you don't have something horrible to have to pay down, or maybe you have another job. And so Mary Kay's just extra. It's harder for you to be successful in Mary Kay because the need is less. So my challenge to you is to figure out what money you need. You know, what dreams could you fund with Mary Kay? So talk to your husband, talk to your kids. We have a big poster of all the places we want to visit and all the vacations we want to go. My husband and I talk about the things that we want to buy and the things that we want to get for the house, or how we want to get a camper. We did. Yay. We got our dream camper, or the things that we want to do. Have those conversations and then convert that into how much money that you need. Or look at maybe a debt and say, you know what, if I'm debt free, then I can be generous. I can be free to give someone something if they have a fire, or the church needs a donation, or somebody has a tragedy, and I don't have to worry that I won't have enough at the end of the month. I want to be able to be generous, or I want to be able to give my kids down payment for a house, or take the whole family on vacation. So these are things that you need to figure out, because the only way you're going to get them is if you plan to get them. And Mary Kay is the way that you can change. You can become a no-profit business and to a profit business on a dime, just by the decision. You can make a huge change in your life from where you are today and where you are a year from now. And you know, most people don't have that option. You know, most people, unless you're just graduating from high school, this is what they get. This is where you are. And next year, you're going to be about the same place, maybe a little bit better, maybe not much more. But in Mary Kay, you could choose you could choose right now to make a difference. You could have that free car. You could move up. You could double your income. You can do so much more. And what's the reason? Do you want to be generous? Do you want to help your children? Do you want to put a nest egg away? Do you want to have some fun with your husband and family? What are the reasons? So when you know what kind of dreams you can fund, then you can go from there in your Mary Kay business and make it happen. So those are money conversations. But also when you think about that, you could say to your husband or your children, and if you don't have either of those, you can think in your head, or you have grown children, think in your head, or talk to your director and say, okay, I need to make another $1,000, or I need to make an extra 500 every month. So then then you have to sell 1,000, right? Approximately. So then you have to think about, well, where could you fit that extra time in? So have that conversation. Honey, I'm going to have to work Tuesday and Thursday nights. I'm going to have to do some Facebook Lives, or I'm going to have to do some parties, or I'm going to have to do this in order to make that extra 500. But then the conversation could also be, but I can't do it all. So that means, is there any task or job that I do now that you could maybe pick up, that you could do for me so I don't have to do it, so I could be free to make that extra 500? Because see, as women, we think we can do it all. And so we add things to our plate without taking anything off the plate. So the question is, what could you take off the plate? What could your kids do for you that would give you the time to make that extra 500, or whatever it is that you choose? Or do you need to hire someone? Linda Tupin used to always say, or she still does, if you pay someone $15 to do something for you, but you go and make 25 or 50 an hour, you are ahead. Who's winning in that game? You are. So, and I remember with John, I used to say, oh, honey, I'm so busy. I'm so busy with this Mary Kay. I'm so busy with everything. Honey, could you do this for me? I don't have time, and people are coming over. Could you vacuum? Oh, honey, I don't have time. And he just kept doing it. And then finally he went, I really don't like doing this. How about I hire you a housekeeper? Good job, right? Okay. So again, have those conversations with the people that you live with and the people that can support you the most, so that you can manifest the money that you want. All right. So, and think about what your history is. A lot of people, they have a lot of money and they make a lot of money. What are they doing differently than you are? And where are you maybe sabotaging yourself is, again, something to seriously think about. I have seen consultant after consultant work hard, and not get ahead, or directors who have great work ethics. And what's the difference between her work ethic and not moving ahead, and the other person's, maybe they have the same work ethic, maybe not, but they're getting ahead. The difference is how you look at it. It's in the perspective, it's in your brain, it's how you're viewing things, seriously. So if you're not where you want to be, think about what you're saying to yourself. We beat ourselves up like crazy, and we need to stop that. Okay. So I did make profit. I saved money. I built my business. I'm ahead of the game. I'm growing. I'm learning. Every minute I learn is something that's going to help me in my business in the future. I'm almost to the goal. I'm getting there. Every day I'm learning something more, so how are you talking to yourself about as you're moving toward the goal? The other thing that I found, and this is where money hangups comes in again, is there's always a push after you've set a goal. Haven't you noticed that? Every time you have like something big you want to do. Okay, so I'm going to be a star consultant. I'm going to be Princess Court. I'm going to be on the Queen's Court. I'm going to do a unit club, whatever it is that you say. Don't you find there's always something crazy that happens right after that? You get sick. Something happens in your family. You get overtime, all of a sudden crazy overtime at your job. There's always a push, I remember one time I was almost to achieving Premier Club. I was almost there, I was getting there. And I got a toothache thing, and I had to have surgery. And then I had a reaction to the medicine they gave me for the toothache. And all I kept saying the whole time is, oh my gosh, this means I'm close. Because pushback only comes when you're close to the goal. And so I kept saying, it means I'm close. It means I can do it. I can do it. I go, I know I can do it. I know I can do it because I'm so close. This happened. Wouldn't have happened if I wasn't close, right? That's how I told myself. And of course, you know the end of the story. I did make it. So accept that pushback is going to come. And the way that you push through it is getting over any hangups. And it's all in how you talk to yourself. It's the perspective is going to make the difference on whether you give up, whether you say, oh, this is the way it was supposed to be. It always works out the way it's supposed to. Or whether you say, this is my sign that I set the right goal. And I'm going to push forward and I'm going to keep working and I'm going to keep doing. Okay, so I have some things that I want you to think about. Okay. Some 7 ways to manifest money or success in your business. You can really kind of interchange the words because money is success to a certain degree, right? It's how a measure of it. But, depending on which particular hang up you have, you can substitute it. But basically, manifesting money is a good thing. Okay. Remember, you can always do good things with the money. Money is not selfish. Money is not bad. I know a consultant who puts all of her effort into doing anonymous stuff for her church. So if you made more money, you could do more stuff. That's just the key. Okay. And the other thing is it's like a snowball rolling downhill. When you work toward getting the money and you get the money and you keep working toward it, you get more. So just think about that same thing with a customer a week for 50 weeks. First year, you only get 50, but the second year, you've got 100. And the next year you got 150 and it just keeps growing on itself. Okay. 7 ways to manifest money. Okay. So wait, backtrack. If you're taking notes, the things to look at, there's 7 things there too. 1, money hangups. 2, money perspectives, money history, money organizing, money conversations, money plans, and money manifesting. So those are the 7 things to be thinking about and working on. Your hangups, your history, your perspectives, how to organize your money, how to have those conversations with your loved ones and yourself about money, how to make plans to get more money, and how to manifest it. Okay. But this 7 ways that manifest money kind of cover all those bases too. So we're going to, number 1, tell yourself that you and your family deserve more money or deserve the success. So you set a goal for yourself and Mary Kay, or you set a goal, I need this amount of money. This is what I want to fund these dreams this year. Keep telling yourself you all deserve it. And the harder you work, the more you deserve it. Number 2, remind yourself that you will still be you with just more. That's a big one in Mary Kay. Again, being me is important, but my perspective of what success meant and what a successful director was, I didn't feel like I fit in that mold. So I didn't achieve it until I said, you know what, I'm still going to be me. I'm just going to be me, as a director with more success. I'm still going to be me. Number 3, say your money affirmations. I'll be giving you some and really believe them. Really believe them. I've learned that you can twist everything around. You can't always change that first thought. Okay. It's how you're hardwired. So, someone says something and my feelings get hurt. I can't always stop that my feelings are going to get hurt, but I can have control over how quickly I push that thought out of my head and twist it. So I can't always stop that first thought of money or fear, but I can control how I handle the second thought and how fast I pivot. Number 4, allow yourself to dream about what you can and will fund with more money. Really dream about it. What would you do? What would you do if you doubled your income this year from your Mary Kay business? What would you do with all that extra? Dream about it. Believe it. See it happening. How will you spend it? How will you save it? Can you see that savings account growing? Do you feel that nest egg? Do you feel so much more safe and secure because you're going to build a great nest egg for yourself? What about giving? Who are you going to give it to? Who are you going to share it with? Dream. dream. I remember Rebecca told me, dust off your dreams. If you forgot how, dust them off and start dreaming. Number 5, give specific numbers to the money that you need. Okay, write it down and ask for it. So this is what I've been doing for a long time now. Every month, I figure out what the bills are. I know how much I need. I figure out how much is coming in from any other sources. And then I write down the number that I need to make. And then I make it. There's been many times when I've said, oh God, Lord, I'm a little short. I need 300 more toward the end of the month or whatever, toward my goal, what my goal would be. And you know what? Like that night, 3 people call or 2 people call and suddenly I've got more, or I get a check in the mail. I'm telling you, it happens over and over and over. When you believe it will happen, it happens. It happens. So write that number down, whatever that number is that you need. And then plan your work around that money need. Okay. So it doesn't happen if you just sit there and go, come on, $1,000. You're coming. I know. It comes when you make a plan and work toward getting that. So how could you make an extra 500, or how could you sell an extra 1,000? Where's the strategy for that? And long ago, this is another topic, but long ago, I developed a system which I call the triangle to success. And you put a number or something in the middle of the triangle, put a big triangle on a piece of paper. And then at each point of that triangle, you write something that you will do toward getting it. Because if you only do one thing, that's like putting all your eggs in a basket. And we do really have chickens, by the way. But that'd be like putting all your eggs in a basket and dropping the basket, right? So you have to have at least 3 things that you're going to do to try to manifest whatever's inside the triangle. But you don't want to do more, because then you pull yourself too thin. And then you don't end up doing enough of any one thing to be successful. So 3, okay? So once you have that money goal that you know you need, once you start talking about it, manifesting, I actually write down, please, Lord, bring me this. This is how much I need for November. I mean, I actually write that down. And I want to tell you something crazy. It's actually glorious. I wrote a number down on what would fix, because it was a while ago when the sister did the embezzlement thing, but what would fix it for sure and finally fix it. I wrote a number down. It was on my desk for years as I was trying to get to that. Do you know that we got that? It came. That amount came. It came in a couple of things, but when I added it up, I went, oh my God, John, it's that amount. All right. So it works, by the way. All right. So then like attach a prize to that. Okay. Because see, we can have hangups about money. You want to affirm money, but you don't want to focus on money. All right. If I tried this, at least for me, if I tried to subtract from my goal, that would trip me up, because then I was disappointed in everything. Okay. So like say my goal was to sell $4,000 and I started subtracting, which is what my director had taught me to do. Every time I put someone's name in there, I was irritated. I mean, I'm just being real here. In my subconscious, I was irritated because I wasn't getting there quick enough. Right. But when I started adding it and putting their name next to it, every little bit was exciting. I want to celebrate the $10 sale as much as the $200 sale. I don't want to go, oh, it's only $10. That's not enough. I want to be grateful for every sale. So I add it up and I work on it that way. But the other thing I found that's really good is you figure out how much money you need to make and then attach it to a prize. Follow the prizes to success is Susan's mantra. So what would be the next prize that you could attach that would get you the monetary amount that you need at the same time you'd get the prize? So then every day when you wake up, you're affirming about money's coming, work is coming, success is coming, but you're focusing on the prize, not fretting about money. So associate with a prize. Okay, so that was number 5. It was all there under number 5, give specific numbers, write it down, affirm it, associate with a plan, and associate with a prize. Number 6, use, I led this. This was part of what I already said. Use the addition method, okay? Focus on what you need and what you want and get it from there. Envision the different ways money could come and the different ways you could manifest it as you work toward it. So I need $1,000 more in sales. I know I'm nervous, but I could do a couple more lives. I could be more friendly. I could schedule friendly time. I could communicate. I could go meet some new people. I could do some samples. What's in your control? Okay. Now, the other thing to remember too, when you talk about money is, I don't know, I've never really played the stock market, but they talk about the stock market. They talk about it going like this a lot. Sometimes it goes, okay. Then it goes, right. And they say to be successful in the stock market, it's to stay the long term. Because although it does this along the way, it goes up slowly every time. But if you feel like, oh my God, cash out, I got to run because there's a dip, you're going to lose money. You will make money when you hang in there as it's ebbing and flowing. So the same is true for your business. I've seen a lot of consultants get tripped up about, oh my gosh, shipping costs so much, or the hostess credit, or trying to figure out. Don't follow it. My suggestion is the people who tell you to do it monthly and figure out what your profit was, don't do it. Because it'll trip you up. It'll trip you up because this month you might not make much profit, but next month you could make a ton, right? There are months like I invested for Christmas. So I bought more a couple of months, but then the next month I buy less. So there's times when I've spent more than I half of what I sold on product, but then the next month maybe I sold 4,000 and only ordered 1,000. Do you know what I mean? You have to be in it for the long haul. You can't sweat how much it costs you to ship it, because would you rather have no sale at all? Sometimes, with the pandemic, shipping costs went up, but my car costs, my gas costs, my going out to coffee costs, my having lunch with people costs, all of those things went way down. So you just have to go with the flow and not sweat the small stuff. Okay. That's number 6. So envision the different ways that more money could come and the different ways you can make it happen without sweating any of the small stuff. And number 7, don't stop the process. We take a class, we hear something, someone says, write affirmations, we start doing it, we're good. And then somewhere along the way, we stop. We don't continue doing it. We don't continue doing the stuff that was good. And we wonder sometimes, why did I stop doing that? That really worked when I did it. So the key is you have to think about it like how you have to shower. Okay. Some people shower every day. Some people don't. But in general, we still have to shower, and we're going to have to shower again over and over and over again in our lifetimes. So I want you to think about saying affirmations and being positive and talking to yourself and talking about your goals as something you're just going to have to do over and over and over again for your lifetime. It's just one of those things. It's part and parcel of being alive and wanting something more for yourself. So keep it up, and be joyful in the process. Now, like Rebecca said, I'm a serious girl. I can be funny and I can like people, but I'm a serious introvert. And thank God Mary Kay pushes me to do more. Because once I'm in front of people, I love people. But getting me from here to there is a big thing sometimes. But Mary Kay, thank God, allowed me to do it. And so I had to push through a lot of things to get past my introversion to be a successful Mary Kay sales director. And so can you, and whatever, your goals are, just keep doing it and be joyful. So I tell myself a lot, because I can be so serious in my head, yelling at myself and beating myself up sometimes. And, and I just talk differently to myself over and over again. This is good. This is good. Hey, everything is good. I met someone new today. This is good. Everything's going to happen. It's happening. This girl with a dream is seeing it happen. It's coming true. It's going to come true. I can't worry about when or how, but I can focus on what I can. And that's really how you manifest money and success in Mary Kay, is really just to believe in your dreams and believe in your ability to make the change. I think that's the key, because that is where we trip ourselves up sometimes. You can change your life. You want something different, you can do it. So here's some money affirmations. I am open to receiving floods of financial abundance with ease, so that I may be able to give back even more to the world around me. I release all resistance to money, and I allow it now to flow joyously into my life. Financial freedom is not just my dream, it's becoming my reality. At this very moment, enormous wealth and power are available to me. I choose to feel worthy and deserving. On that note, if ever I get nervous, I think of Mary Kay Ash. And that helps me. I think of her mission to help women look and feel more beautiful. And I think of her mission to help women to have their priorities in order and make a difference in their lives and their families. So whenever I get nervous, I just think of her. And that helps me not be nervous, and it helps me do better. And I think sometimes I have to do hard things, but the hard things will get me what I really want in my life. My income is constantly increasing. Money flows easily into my life. There is always more than enough. I never have to worry. That one's a good one. You know, there's times when I was worried about money coming in or whether I was going to have enough to cover something, and I knew the bill was coming, and suddenly things happened, like crazy things happened. Like we paid for a cow. We have a farm, by the way. We paid for a cow, and the guy lost the check for 2 months. And that by the time the 2 months came, we had gotten ourselves back up and had enough money to cover the check. Like how is things like that happen? They can make it. Here's another one. I allow my income to constantly expand, and I always live in comfort and joy. Here's small ones. Money flows easily to me. I am a money magnet. Every dollar I spend comes to me multiplied. I'm in harmony with the energy of money. I am energy. Money is energy. I am aligned with my wealth and abundance. I let go of my problems. This is one of my favorite ones. I let go of all my problems and embrace abundance and success. Say that every day, see what happens. The more money I spend, the more money I have and receive. When I am generous, others are generous back. And then I thought these were so cute. I just had to show you. It's a little,
Oh,
that was me before I turned gray. That was my little Bitmoji, but now it's a gray girl. And then look at this one. To-do list. 1, make. 2, more. 3, money. I want you to make more money because it makes a difference. You can be a blessing for your family. You can do so many more things. Money is choices, right?
oh my gosh. So true, my friend.
I don't know what time it is. I don't know how long it all went.
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. If no one listens or learns anything else this year, this is the lunch and learn they got to hear. This is going to go nationwide. I'm
Oh my
going to
God.
promote it like the Dickens, because I feel like not just it covered everything. Yes, money, but spiritual, how to do things, how to set a goal. It covered so many other emphases other than just money. And I think that's it. You know, people give up or they go further because it can be a negative thing or a positive thing. And this is fantastic. I cannot appreciate you and show my love for you enough for all that you did. I want you to send Rebecca your address if you haven't yet, because she'll get it to me. because everybody always asks me for that, just by the way. Susan, that was phenomenal. And
was.
I don't care that it went over, whatever, it was good. And I just appreciate, because I know you took time to do this. And that's what I love about this lunch and learn, a little pick me up midweek and go give. You all do it by the goodness of your heart, just to love others. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
And I'm going to get the recording, and then she does put on YouTube, but sometimes it takes her a little bit to do that. And God, I'm
Okay.
not technology inclined. I can't do it, but I always send the recording the same day or the next day, and we
Okay.
will get this to you right away. Thank you so
You're welcome.
much.
It was such an encouragement. And just to be reminded, like we all know this, but to be reminded that there are so many people in the world who don't have the same opportunity to just go double our income or make that extra income we may need for, you know, it may not even be a need, it may just be a want, that we are able to do that with our business. And then I loved that you just put it into perspective. The day you joined Mary Kay and purchased your products at cost, you made a profit.
Yep.
And I also loved that you said you think about Mary Kay when you're nervous, because you turn, you know, we're thinking about ourselves. And I think that's inwardly, it's kind of selfish because we're focused on self, but you think about her mission. And you think about serving that person in front of you or who could potentially be in front of you. And it shifts your whole thinking. Susan, I can't thank you enough either. I have
You're
tears
welcome.
of wet eyes because of what you shared today.
Ah, phenomenal, phenomenal. I hope you all loved it as much as we did. And if you have, I don't know, power partners or team members or directors or whatever that you think this, I mean, when I send recordings, send it to them and say, you have to watch this and listen to this if you do nothing else this year in your business. So thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you, ladies, for joining our Lunch and Learn. I
Yes.
love these. And I hope you're loving them as much as I do. And I hope you all have an amazing Thursday.
Thank
Bye,
you guys.
ladies.
Thank you again,
Bye.
Susan. Love you, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
And I'm not from my own home, you know? Isn't that cool? Now I get to go cuddle on my